Hi there. In this session, we're going to take three questions that are all related to the labour market. And the reason for doing so is that it's nice to do a little cluster of questions on a key topic area and see how you get on. So at various points in the presentation, we'll ask you to press the pause button, have a go at the question, and then we're back with the right answer and the reasoning. So here we go. Here's our first question, revision question number 1. In an economy, average earnings increase by 5%. Whilst labour productivity increases by 3%. Here's the question: what must increase as a direct result of these changes? Have a go. So what do you reckon for this question? The key word there is must, and the answer to this question is A, labour cost per unit of output. Labour cost per unit of output are basically driven by two key factors: the growth of wages and also the growth of efficiency or productivity. By the way, this is linked to competitiveness. If a country's unit labour costs go up relative to another country, then there could be a loss of cost competitiveness. It must be the case that A is the right answer. For example, D isn't right, so inflation is affected by many factors, not just unit labour costs. That's our first question. Now, this question is tricky. Number 2 is tricky, and it's to do with monopsony. The diagram shows the average and marginal revenue product of labour curves of a profit maximising monopsonist, together with the supply of labour, SL, and the marginal cost of labour curves. And there's our tricky diagram. How many workers will the firm employ following the introduction of a minimum wage equal to OW, a pay floor of OW? Have a go, press the pause button. When you're ready, come back to me and I'll have the right answer for you. Okay, and the right answer to this question is, did you get it? The answer is B, OH workers are employed. The key to this is to understand that this is a monopsony and they're profit maximising, so they're going to choose a level of employment where the marginal cost of extra workers equals the marginal revenue product of those extra workers. Now, if we bring a minimum wage in, then effectively the wage floor is W, and for any number of workers from 0 to level K, the marginal cost of employing those workers is the same. It's the wage cap. Thereafter, if you employ extra workers, for example, up to a point N, you have to bid the wage up, average labour cost goes up, and the marginal cost of labour will also rise and diverge. Profit maximising employer will employ people where the marginal labour cost equals the marginal revenue product, and that's shown by the little circle there at the wage floor, and that is a level of employment, OH. Here's our third question. We're given the ARPL and the MRPL curves for labour. We're also told the firm pays its workers the minimum wage of OW. That's set by the country's government. And we're told what the average and marginal labour cost curves are for the business in the absence of intervention. The question is, what will happen to the number of workers employed by the firm if the minimum wage of W is abolished? Have a go. And welcome back. The correct answer to this question is it will decrease by JK. If the minimum wage is abolished, employment will fall. This is actually the reverse of question 2, our second question in this session. So at the minimum wage, the firm will employ workers K. It's where the marginal cost equals the marginal revenue product here. But if you take off the minimum wage, the firm will be able to profit maximise, and they'll find where the marginal labour cost meets the marginal revenue product, which is here. And that's a level of employment, number of workers, J. So employment will fall from K to J. Employment will decrease by JK. There we go. There are 3 questions on labour market economics.